very reminiscent of etching anyway. That's a bit of silver wire in a propelling pencil drawn on a gesso board, so you get...
alternative ideas. I've got some examples of, I've got prints from the plate I did with you last time. This was just to sort of show that it does actually work. This was after I printed the image onto the plate. I etched it a week later after the session, and it came out quite well. It wasn't perfect, but then I used dry point and then stop out and etched it a bit more using more traditional sort of etching techniques, and eventually got this, which I combined in a sort of two-plate process where I just inked up a plate that was the same size. This is actually a different plate to this, but I've to see if it would work. It was a bit of an experiment to see if it would work. Yeah, I thought we could look at Sheen Collé today as well, because I've done some, well, actually I forgot this is where yeah, we can look at printing onto tissues and things like that. Well, the plates actually, if the photocopy prints when they're inked up, actually I think make really nice. That's where this is one where I've printed onto a really thin sort of Japanese paper, or Chinese paper. But it's very thin but very strong fibres, so you can put it through a press and you can dampen it as well, and it'll hold the water, and you can print on it and it doesn't sort of fall apart like tissue paper does. And then so you get this nice see-through area where if you print two plates, this was an etching plate where the sort of browny colour is. So I've got sort of texture from a metal plate there, and then the Arabic plate I've then printed onto this thin tissue and then Sheen Collé'd it into a print by getting the plate, imagine this is the plate, and then taking imagine this is the photocopy that I transferred onto tissue, and then you would just add paste onto the back of the plate, and then you would think about this now. No, onto the front, and so you put it through the press with your plate over the metal, and then when you printed it, it would print. So this would then be sandwiched between the paper and the etching. So that's a really bad explanation. And I wanted just this area to be, say, red. I could cut a piece of tissue to the size of that and then place it on the plate. Place that on the press. So the paper's very carefully, because it blew away, it was weighted down a bit with glue. But then the paper goes very carefully over the top. Whereas if you had your paper...
And how much current you're going to pass through. So you turn turn the power supply on,
Electrocutor.
and then, no, because it's very low voltage. It's 2 volts, milliamps, and then you just go away and you leave it. So if
It will join up towards the end. But I don't know, we started, or I brought all these last time. And it's very reminiscent of etching anyway. That's a bit of silver wire in a propelling pencil, drawn on a gesso board. So you get